Welcome, Internet sleuthhounds and justice jurors, to Facts, Opinions, and Real Talk, a true crime channel. I'm your host, Heather. Hi. Welcome to Facts, Opinions, and Real Talk. I'm your host, Heather. This is my first episode, and I'm super excited, but I also have some mixed feelings about this. I advocate for missing persons the best way that I can, and that's through social media. And I felt like it would be a disservice if I didn't start with the mysterious disappearance and reappearance of Carlee Russell. Carlee Russell is a 25-year-old nursing student that lives in Hoover, Alabama, which is about an hour drive from where I live. On the evening of July 13th, Carlee made a 911 call and told the operator that she saw a toddler walking alone down the side of the interstate. When the police arrived, they found Carlee's car, her wig and her cap were laying outside of her vehicle. Carlee nor the toddler were located. Strangely, and maybe miraculously, 2 days later, Carlee turned up at her residence. Okay, so let's go over the facts that we currently know. When Carlee first went missing, Hoover Police Department and other agencies began investigating Carlee's last known location on I-459 near mile marker 11. Alabama Department of Transportation released the traffic cam footage of that location. You could see what is to believe to be Carlee's car driving down the shoulder of the interstate with her flashers on. But it's grainy. The video is grainy, and everybody has tried to make whatever inference out of that video. It was kind of like the ink blot test, like, look at this ink blot, tell me what you see. Well, that's pretty much what everybody was doing with the video. It was crazy. But anyways, so it was difficult to see, but you could see a person walk around her car, or a figure, but you could not see if it was Carlee or not. The good thing that I thought came from this was that people, her family, friends, and members of the community joined together at the Hoover Met to set up their own searches for Carlee, since the detectives had already started their own investigation. So people were sharing Carlee's information on social media platforms. Local Birmingham news outlets started getting the word out. Websites and other social media like Al.com, CNN, and even People Magazine, and numerous other reporting agencies and outlets joined in and spreading Carlee's story. Twitter, Facebook, and Reddit, they were all abuzz. I mean, it was everywhere. And then we knew Carlee's story had gone nationwide. For everyone who was invested in Carlee's story, it was excruciating 2 days. Many people, especially in the true crime community, know that the first 48 hours is the most crucial in a missing persons case or any kind of investigation. It's so important. And it was strange and exciting that on the evening of July the 15th, it was reported that Carlee had returned home. Carlee was home. It was unbelievable. But then we heard nothing. No comments, no other press release. We had not received a news conference, but I knew we were going to get some kind of information. We just had to wait on the investigators to get the information together to give to the public. So I patiently waited while others argued on the internet as to their theories and that we should already have the information as to what happened. But finally, on July 19th, Chief Nick Durzis with the Hoover Police Department held a press conference and divulged the information obtained by investigators. It was what the public had been waiting for to learn about what happened to Carlee Russell.
Besides me stands the team who played a significant role in this investigation. I want to thank our department, members of surrounding local law enforcement agencies, the FBI, Secret Service, United States Marshals, and ALEA for their assistance in this case. We said from the evening of July 13th, our focus would be the safe return of Carlee Russell. That occurred on Saturday, July 15th, approximately 49 hours after she called 911 and disappeared. From that point, our focus has been to determine Carlee's whereabouts during that time and what exactly took place. Let me say up front, this investigation is not over. We're still working this case, and we'll be working this case until we uncover every piece of evidence that helps us account for the 49 hours that Carlee Russell was missing. However, through the public interest, and in some cases, public fear that this story has generated, we owe it to our citizens to tell them the facts that we have uncovered. So I will give you the facts that we know today.
The police chief first went over a timeline. He let us know that this is the information that was given, well, I guess to the public as of July 19th. So on July 13th at 8:20 p.m., Carlee left work located at the Summit, which is like a humongous shopping area with high-end stores. And as she left, she had concealed a black robe, a roll of toilet paper, and some other items from her job. Carlee then drove to Tzatziki's, which is a Mediterranean restaurant. Fabulous food, and it's one of my favorites. But anyways, moving along. So she picked up food from Tzatziki's, and then she drove down 280, which is a nightmare. Birmingham folks, you know what I mean. And she drove to Target, and she bought Cheez-Its and a granola bar. Then she sat in the parking lot. At 9:21 p.m. on the same evening, July 13th, Carlee left Target and drove to I-459 while also speaking to individuals on her cell phone. So this is probably family members or friends. At 9:34 p.m., Carlee calls 911 to report seeing a toddler.
Hi, I am on Interstate 459, and there is a kid just walking by themselves.
Hold on. Where on 459 are you?
I'm right next to the exit 10 by the Hoover Med, like to get off by the Hoover Med.
Okay, so you're before the exit?
Yes.
Okay, and were you headed southbound or northbound? Like towards Tuscaloosa or toward 280?
Towards Tuscaloosa.
Okay, and was the child on the left or right side?
On the right side.
Were they walking northbound or southbound?
They're walking towards Tuscaloosa.
Walking southbound? Or how old do they look?
Like a toddler, like maybe like 3 or 4.
Did you pull over with them? Are you still with them?
Yes.
Okay, are you with the child right now?
No, I'm not. I didn't get out of the car. I can see them though.
Do you mind staying and keeping an eye on them until we get there?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay, what kind of car are you in?
I'm in a red Mercedes-Benz.
Is it a sedan or SUV?
SUV. I mean, it's a sedan. Sorry.
Can you put your hazards on for me?
Yeah, they're on.
Okay. Did you talk to the child at all, or did you say anything to them?
No.
Okay.
No.
Do they look like they're injured?
No, they don't.
Are they white, black, Hispanic, or Asian?
They're white.
Okay. Is it male or female?
I boy, a little boy.
Right now? Okay, so is he wearing clothes?
Yes.
Okay. What is he wearing?
It's a white t-shirt, and it doesn't look like he has any pants on. It looks like a diaper.
And you don't see any cars anywhere?
No, no cars anywhere.
Okay. Alright, what's your name?
My name is Carlee Russell.
And you don't see any injuries on the child from where you're at, correct?
No, but I can't really see them that good.
Okay, try to keep an eye on them for the best you can, because I don't want you to lose track of them.
Okay.
Alright, and do they have shoes on?
No,
Shoes?
not that I can see. I can't really see that. Look.
Okay. Alright, I've got them on the way, okay? Just try to keep an eye on them, but the officers are on the way, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
After hanging up with the operator, she then calls a relative. At 9:36 p.m., Carlee is heard screaming on the phone by this relative. Then, nothing but interstate noise. Just the sound of cars going by. It's official then that Carlee Russell goes missing from I-459 near the 11-mile marker. So let's fast forward to July 15th. At 10:44 p.m., Hoover 911 receives a call from Carlee's residence stating that Carlee has returned home on foot. Carlee was conscious and speaking, and paramedics took her to UAB Hospital. So we're going to go back a minute to when the law enforcement or the police first showed up and they found Carlee's car on the side of I-459 and it was empty. So when they initially arrived on scene, of course they discovered Carlee's Mercedes, and Carlee's phone was located. Her hat and wig were outside of the vehicle. Her purse was in the front seat of her car, and her Apple Watch was laying inside of it. And the tzatziki's food that she had purchased was there as well. The items that Carlee had taken from her job, the robe, the toilet paper, etc., and the snacks that she had bought from Target were not in the car. They were gone along with Carlee. Law enforcement also, during their investigation, looked into information on Carlee's phone, and they found some interesting internet searches on her phone. So the internet searches on Carlee's phone that were relative to this case started on July the 11th. At 7:30 a.m., there was an internet search on her phone that was searching for, do you have to pay for an Amber Alert? July 13th, the day that she was missing. Well, she goes missing that evening. But that morning at 1:03 a.m., there was an internet search on her phone on how to take money from a register without being caught. Okay. So then, about an hour later, at 2:13 a.m. on July 13th, there was another internet search for Birmingham bus station. Then an internet search at 2:35 a.m. for one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville with the departure date of July 13th. And then one more search that the chief during the press conference brought up that was particularly, shocking, surprising, put whatever odd adjective you want to put in there, but whatever the case, July 13th at 12:10 p.m., the day she was, the afternoon she was going to be missing that evening, internet search on phone, Taken. For those of you that aren't familiar, Taken is a movie, and that's what she was searching, the movie Taken, but it was about a young girl being abducted. And it stars Liam Neeson. It's a good movie. You should watch it. But it was concerning to hear this information. But nonetheless, they found it on the phone. So detectives were able to obtain a statement from Carlee while she was at the hospital. Carlee's statement included that she was driving down 459. She saw a baby walking alone, and she called 911. She got out of her car to check on the baby. A man came out of the woods. He told her he was checking on the baby. Then the man picked her up and she screamed. He forced her to go over the fence and into a car. So let me tell you, those that haven't seen the video, or if you kind of have seen it, on the side of I-459, there's a wooded area on that section by mile marker 11. And then on the other side of that wooded area is a residential. So there's homes over there. Just to kind of give you an idea. So it's like interstate, and then grass that you saw, and then woods, and then homes. So getting back to her statement, she, said that he forced her to go over the fence and into a car. She then remembers that she was in a trailer of an 18-wheeler. There was a male and a female. She saw the male, and he was white, he had orange hair, and he had a bald spot. She claimed that she never saw the female. She only heard her voice, and she did hear a baby crying. She was able to escape and fled on foot, but she told detectives, that they kept her again, and they put her in a car. Carlee told the detectives that she was blindfolded, but they didn't, bind her arms or tie them up because they said they didn't want to leave impressions on her wrists. So then Carlee was taken to this house. Don't know where or anything, and I'm assuming she still has her blindfold on. She was then taken in the house, made to get undressed, and believed they took photos. Carlee does not remember any physical or sexual contact or conduct against her. The next morning, she was fed cheese crackers, and the female captor played with her hair, and that's about all she remembered of that. And then sometime after that, she was placed into a vehicle again. She was able to get away, and this time the location she said she was in was West Hoover, the West Hoover area. So she ran until she got to her residence. Detectives did notice a small cut on her lip, and she had a torn place on her shirt. They also noted that she had $107 in her right sock. Detectives did not press her for any information because they did want to give her time to rest mentally and physically due to all that she had been through. At this time, the Hoover PD does not believe that there is any threat to the public that is related to this case. The detectives and investigators, they don't have all the pieces of the puzzle. They still are trying to figure out what happened to Carlee the 49 hours she went missing. The police are wanting to get another interview with her. They have not been able to verify most of her initial interview. They reached out for a second interview and have not been able to obtain one yet. This investigation is ongoing. Let's now move on to opinions about the Carlee Russell case. Whew, let me tell you. People love to spread their opinions on the internet. I mean, I do too. But at least I try to back them up with facts. If I don't have facts, or if I don't know where the information came from, I am not saying a word. So some of the opinions or theories or whatever you want to call it, that were going around on the internet, like Twitter and Reddit. One was that she was abducted by sex traffickers and a toddler was used as bait. And yeah, that one was the most realistic and terrifying opinion. I played that over and over in my mind, trying to imagine what she went through. Oh my goodness. This nursing student, stopped on the side of the road to take care of a child, and somebody used a child as bait. How horrible is that? And sex trafficking is becoming more known because people are speaking out about it. And here it is happening in my state close to where I live. And so, yeah, that one was hard. And very, very plausible. The next one was that law enforcement needed to let the people know right then, like the day after she went missing, and then the day that she returned, that they were entitled to get information about what happened to Carlee. Now, I gotta save what I think about that for the real talk portion, okay? And then also, because she was a black woman, people said her case would not get the attention like it would Gabby Petito. And then also others were saying it was a hoax and that she was trying to get attention, like I think it's an actor, Jesse Smoller. I'm not familiar with that. But anyways, those were the ones that I was seeing a lot of on the internet, that people were, that's what they, thought. That was their opinion and that's how they felt. Okay, time for the fun part, real talk. I honestly thought in the beginning she was abducted. And I'm not gonna come up with any kind of theory until I get all the facts from law enforcement. That is all. So, with that being said, like I said, I thought she was abducted. The only thing that kind of, set off my spidey senses, you would say, is when the information about her Apple Watch was placed inside her purse. If some person is abducting you and they're like, put down your phone and put your watch down because you're not going to be tracked and blah, 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 blah. They're not going to say, oh, honey, please place it in your purse and lay it down in your purse because we don't want it to get messed up. No, that's not usually what happens when people are abducted. Not that I know personally. I mean, I'm going by movies and true crime episodes on ID channel and stuff like that. But that's my knowledge. So I thought that was unusual. The other thing I want to address is back to the public is entitled, because they are taxpayers, to get information right now about that case. Let me tell you, folks, that's not how an investigation works. really learned a lot from Moscow PD during the Idaho 4 investigation. I know it's still ongoing, but I learned a lot how they handled their case before the suspect was apprehended. They put out a few press conferences, they did a few press releases, but not a few press releases. They did a really good job updating on their website, but then they also did rumor control. And I honestly thought that was a fantastic idea. Every law enforcement in the United States should add rumor control on their press releases. That was so helpful, so that when people who were not empathetic to victims and their families were spouting off misinformation, you could say, no ma'am, no. The police said blah, blah, blah. And if you don't believe me, here's their website. End of story. That's it. All these rumors are absurd. And all they do is wind up hurting people. So back to the entitlement. Just because you pay taxes doesn't mean you're going to get what you want right when you want it. You get what you get, and you don't pitch a fit. So now let's talk about this whole mess about not getting attention like Gabby Petito. I literally sent out tweets from Friday evening about 5-ish till 3 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. Then Saturday got up that evening and tweeted and sent out tweets all night till about 4 o'clock the next morning. I tweeted to other podcasters and YouTubers. Brian Enton, a lot of you people know him. He's really good about getting the word out. I tagged as many people as I could. There were people out there saying that because she was a black woman, she would not get the attention like Gabby. And let me tell you, that's not how it works. How it works is you don't put out one hashtag and post one time and expect to get your message out. You have to continuously tweet, talk to people, share what you know that are facts, and you need to do it in a professional and empathetic manner. You got to continually do it. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. And this is a perfect saying for this because when I went to look at these people that were complaining about the word not getting out, guess what? They didn't have any post about Carlee on their page, on their Twitter page, because I just really do Twitter. So they didn't have anything about Carlee, except that one griping that it wouldn't get that much information. And they only used the hashtag Carlee Russell. They did not share or make any posts with her face and her information and who to call. And then they went on about their business. Guess what? That is not advocating for missing persons, and that is not helping our society get the word out. You have got to continuously do it. When you do advocate for something, you need to do it from the heart and not from anger. I am truly elated down in my heart that Carlee Russell is home safe and she's alive. This is a missing persons case that really had a good outcome. Some may not think that, but if you look at missing persons cases, they all don't have this kind of ending. And whatever may be going on with Carlee and her family, that is between them. And what happened between those 49 hours that she was missing, law enforcement will be getting that information from her. And if it is important for us to know, they will let us know. Just one thing I want you to think about. Before you speak or post your opinion on social media, I want you to think. Think to yourself, is this helpful? How would I feel if it was me or a loved one? So few words can do so much damage in such a little time. No matter the circumstances of any case, all people are innocent until proven guilty.